Good morning, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us this morning at Mystic Fitness. I'm Erin, and I'm here in Victory Fields, which is our gorgeous outdoor studio. The temperature is absolutely gorgeous this morning. If you're at home, maybe you take your computer outside today. Maybe next week you decide to join us out here on the field. It's really an amazing experience to be practicing out here in nature. So just a couple announcements for our studio. We do have our classes that run 7 days a week in the morning, Monday through Friday. We're here from 8 to 9. And then Saturday and Sunday, our classes are 9 to 10. You can take those at home on either Instagram or Facebook Live, or we would love to have you here in person with us and flowing together in the sunshine and the fresh air. So that's all my announcements for this morning. Let's begin. So why don't you come onto your backs today to begin to kind of come into the practice and settle in. Once you find your way down onto your back, you'll let your body rest fully to the ground. Eyes will close and deliberately soften the muscles of your face. Shoulders are comfortably dropped down and away from the ears, and your palms are facing up towards the sky. Just taking some easy breaths in and out through your nose and allowing yourself to settle in. As you start to become more comfortable with the breath, you'll begin to lengthen the breath slowly. Inhaling, filling the belly, and then moving your way on up through the chest. And exhale it all out nice and slowly. Inhaling, filling belly, chest, and then a long, slow release. Each breath brings you deeper and deeper inside your own body, your own sense of who you are in this moment, allowing all of your bones to just be cradled by the earth, fully supported here. We'll take about 5 more breaths here together. Let your belly fill with every in-breath and feel that energy rise up into your heart. And then slowly release. About 3 more there at your own pace. Two more breaths. Last breath here. Continue to breathe mindfully, but start to slowly wake yourself up a bit. Maybe just rotating your hands around a bit, ankles kind of wiggling about. Eventually, you will take your knees in towards your chest. There is no rush for this. Taking your arms and giving yourself a nice hug. Maybe you rock a little side to side. Allow your head to slowly rock on its own. It might rock in the same direction as your body, or maybe your head starts to rock the opposite way. Just allow, not trying to make anything happen here, just being and feeling. Eventually, we'll start to rock forward and back if it suits your practice. If it does not suit your practice, then you can continue to rock side to side a bit. And then once you have arrived into your seat, we will sit with the legs crossed in front, and we'll begin to warm up the spine in this position. So on your in-breath, we're going to open the arms, draw the shoulders back, press your chest towards the sky, and as you exhale, curl and rock back. Maybe give yourself a little hug. You can even hold the opposite arm here. Inhale, unfurl, draw the chest open. Exhale, curl it in. So these are seated cat-cows. I love doing this with the arms opening and closing, getting a little movement into the shoulders. I always kind of think of myself like I'm in the ocean and my arms are just like seaweed freely blowing in the ocean here. It's one of my favorite places to be. And we'll take one more this way. And we'll take a big breath. Open it up. This time as you curl, take your hands to the knees, just to the front of the knees. Tuck your chin in gently. Find a little rounded position with your back. And maybe you gently rock your head side to side. We're going to begin spiraling the spine around in a circle. So as you inhale, we'll take our cow towards the right knee, spiral around to the front, and then stir it around back. Just rotating at the spine, finding some lovely movement, not only in the spine, but in the hips, the shoulders, whatever other joints are starting to move, elbows. And then we'll go the other way. And if at any point during your practice, you feel as though you want to go the reverse direction again here, you go for it. We'll get about one more this way. Good. Now we'll inhale the arms all the way up, big stretch up to the sky. Draw shoulders down from the ears, just practicing mountain pose from the hips up. Notice the hips drawing down into the sky, shoulders draw down away from the ears. Very proud here. And then we'll take our way into a little baby boat pose. Taking hands down towards heart center, we begin to lean it back. I'm just going to spin around so you can see me a little bit better. Once you start to spin back, we'll begin to lift the feet, unfurl them, and here we are in our baby boat, holding onto the thighs. You could always take heels down to make it more gentle. However you want to be is good for me. I like to also rotate ankles here. Maybe making it slightly more challenging by releasing the arms up to the sky and rolling the wrists. Nice. We'll take one more breath in boat, maybe like straighten out a bit, and then cross your ankles and make your way onto your hands and knees tabletop position. Continuing to warm the spine here with some twisting motions. Let's inhale the right arm to the sky, and as you exhale, thread it underneath. Twice again. Inhale, peel open. Exhale, surrender down and twist. Last one. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, land in your threaded needle. To increase the stretch through the side body, you could take the left arm forward, tenting your fingers here, reaching nice and long. Breathe long, full breaths. 1, 2 more. Last one here. If you did reach your left hand forward, bring it back underneath your shoulder. Inhale, peel yourself open again, and exhale, tabletop position, and we'll switch sides. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Exhale, thread it underneath. We'll get a couple more. Every time you inhale and peel open, go as high as you can, and then exhale, thread it through with intention. Last time, inhale, peel your way open. Exhale, landing in your threaded needle. Head rest to the ground. Keeping your right hand where it is or reaching it forward. Long, slow breaths. Let your eyes flow closed. One more here. And then getting ready to come on out. We'll inhale the arms all the way up overhead and exhale, take it down. I'm just going to take a moment to try to fix the mic a little bit here. Just a second. 1, 2. Technical difficulties. Hold on for just one moment. This would be a great time for child's pose, guys. So I should take a child's pose back there. Do what feels best for you. Are we back? No. What do you want me to do? I don't know. Continue without it? I don't know what to do.
Should we try to do this one? You keep going.
All right. Oh, hello. Testing. Something happened. All right. Okay, I'm back, I think.
No, that's this one.
Oh.
Hello?
Just a moment. Slide it which way? Toward me. Oh, this one's even better. Wonderful. All right. So from child's pose, we will continue to take some long, slow, deep breaths. Hello? Okay, good. Knees are spread wide, or if it's more comfortable, knees can come together. Let your head rest onto the ground, unless you have a mic under your face, in which case don't. And we'll make our way up here. So let's come back onto hands and knees. Curl your toes under, but we're just coming into our plank. So not coming into down dog quite yet. Let's start to wake up the core. Squeeze your glutes. Try not to let the hips come up too much. Keep a nice long line of energy from the heels to the crown of the head, pressing into your fingertips. You're always welcome to take your planks with the knees down. If you want to have a little fun here in plank, let's take some knee taps. So we'll take the knees down towards the earth, and we'll exhale, lift them up. And we'll just get 4 more like that. Tap them down, lift them up. And maybe noticing how the low belly starts to feel as you bring this movement into your plank. We'll take 1 more tap, and then lift it up. We'll find our first chaturanga here with the knees up or down, your choice. We'll lower down, either halfway squeezing the elbows in, or if you prefer, all the way to the ground. Inhale either to a cobra pose, or if you decided to hover, maybe up dog with the thighs lifted. And I'll press up and back. And here we are in our downward facing dog. Let's pedal out the feet, bending 1 knee at a time. Pressing into the floor here with all of your fingers. Long, slow breaths in down dog. Let your head be very heavy. Maybe you shake it gently out side to side. Maybe you even kind of wiggle and jiggle a little bit, just kind of waking up the energy, bouncing. 1 more breath in and out. Inhale, right leg up to the sky. From here, maybe you open your hip by bending the knee. I like to kind of bend and extend a few times on my first one, just waking it up. And then we'll inhale the leg up and back. Exhale, knee into the nose and pause. Feel your core here. Inhale, sweep it up there. 1 last time, tiger curl, take it in. Inhale, sweep it high, and exhale, back to down dog, and we'll try the other side. Inhale the left leg up. Bend your knee to open the hip. You can keep it there, or bend and extend and let it jiggle a bit there. Just kind of aiding the blood flow down. Then we'll take that leg long and back once again. Exhale, knee into the chest and pause, press the ground. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, draw it forward. Let's sweep it up to the sky again. Exhale, back to downward facing dog. Getting ready to find the front of your mat. Bend your knees, look forward, and as you exhale, walk or hop your feet towards the front. We'll find our half lift here. Inhale halfway, hands onto the shins, and exhale to forward fold. Try that again. Inhale halfway, engage all of your belly muscles. Exhale, soften, knees might even bend more, fold down. Last time, inhale halfway, and exhale to fold it down. Pause here, let your head be very heavy. You can keep your hands on the ground as you kind of walk a little side to side. Maybe shake your head out to help loosen up neck muscles. Long breaths to fill your belly and chest. Letting them all go. If it suits your body, your shoulders, to grab opposite elbows and ragdoll, take a moment to pause here. Anytime in your practice today, if you'd like to rest, this is a lovely way to rest. Forward fold, especially with soft bent knees. You could also opt for child's pose or down dog. Let's come on out. So release any grip that you have with soft knees here. Inhale, press to the earth. Inhale, rise all the way up. Lift your arms to the sky. And exhale, hands come to heart center. Let's come through a flow here. Inhale, arms come all the way up. And exhale, hinge all the way down. We'll inhale halfway. As you exhale, step right back to plank today. Squeeze everything. We're going to take a few knee taps here before we flow. So we'll take it down and lift for 4. Inhale down and up. 2 and 1. Either with knees up or down. On your exhale, lower down, chaturanga or the ground. Inhale, a big up dog or cobra. Press into the floor. Draw the shoulders from ears. Exhale your way back. Downward facing dog. Deep breath in and out. Maybe sigh it out. You can pedal feet anytime in down dog or work your still dog. Noticing all the sounds around you, sensations in the body. We'll take another breath here. Great. We're going to travel to the front of the mat again. So we'll inhale, knees bend. Exhale, walk or maybe a hop towards the front of the mat. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Feet should be directly under hips here. Let's inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, draw hands to heart center. We're going to start to warm up some twists with some chair twists here. We'll inhale the arms up to the sky. As you exhale, prayer hands come to the right as you sit on down. Release hands, inhale, sweep up. Exhale, sit and twist to the left. We'll continue to move with our breath, taking the hips back as you twist, using your hands connecting towards each other to help engage the pelvis, help engage those deep belly muscles. We're on our last one, twisting up and over to the left side. And then we'll inhale up and come to a center chair. Arms reach forward, hips draw back. In center chair, just a few gentle pulses here. In and out or hold, for if you prefer that. For 4, 3, 2, and then hold that lower chair. Great. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, hinge all the way down. We'll flow again. Inhale halfway. As you exhale, step it back into plank. Holding plank or tapping knees for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause in plank. Decide if you want knees up or down. Exhale, lower down. Elbows graze ribs for chaturanga. And inhale to up dog or cobra. Exhale back, downward facing dog. Great. Find your breath. Feel how this is showing up in your body today. Where's your mind? Let it just be in the moment. We're going to come into our crescent series. Let's inhale, right leg to the sky. Exhale, knee into the nose again for that tiger curl. Engage your belly. One more that way. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, take it forward and pause, and then we'll try to get the foot right to the right hand. Sometimes I don't make it, and I just use my hand to help it along. So from here, we're going to, if you have a block and you'd like to use it, bring it underneath the left hand. Coming into a gentle twisting motion here, we're going to inhale the right arm to the sky. So we're going to start to warm this twist up a bit. We'll take a breath in. As you exhale, the back knee dips down. Sweep the arm around your head and up. Arm circles back, up and around. So play around with this a few times. You can continue to keep the front knee bent, or as you start to sweep your arm to the sky, you might start to play around with straightening that leg if it's not too much for your hamstrings. And we're all built differently, so feel free to try it. But if you prefer to keep the knee bent there or less of a straightening, then you do you. Our next one will bring us to our revolved lunge, runner's lunge. So knee will be bent here, stacked right over the ankle. Press into the earth or your block and try to reach for the sky. Breathe long and slow. If you're outside, I don't know if you see what I see, but there's a gorgeous fluffy little cloud cover. Bird. Love it. We'll take one more breath in. And as you exhale, hand comes down to the ground. We're going to step our way back to down dog. Pedal out the feet. Notice how your legs are feeling. Both of mine feel very different. You can either stay in down dog or come through another vinyasa flow here. We'll inhale and exhale our way into plank. Pause. Hold here, tap knees maybe for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come back to plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga, knees up or down. Inhale, up dog. And exhale, take it back, downward facing dog. Arrive in your dog. Not worrying about the other side yet. We're not there. We're here in this moment. Now we'll go for the other side. Inhale, left leg sky high. Exhale, tiger curl 1. Inhale, sweep it up as far as it goes. Exhale, use low belly to draw the knee into the chest, pause. And then we will step to that hand. We'll take our block under the right hand and open up for your twist. Runner's lunge twist. We'll take a big breath in as you exhale, hand reaches towards the back of the mat, back knee dips. Inhale, sweep up and around. You might start to straighten the front knee eventually as you kind of warm up the legs, hip flexors, hamstrings, shoulder. We'll get one more little circle there. And we'll come to hold our revolved lunge or runner's lunge twist. Soften the expression on your face. Gaze upward if it feels okay for your neck. If it doesn't, gaze down. Couple more breaths here. Last big breath in. As you exhale, hand comes down. We're going to step our way back to downward facing dog. Breath in and let it out. Inhale, bend your knees, and as you exhale, shoot forward into plank. Pause. Couple more like that. Inhale, come back towards crouch. Exhale, high plank. 2 more. Inhale, back. Exhale, high plank, squeeze belly. Last one. Inhale, come back. Exhale to plank. Pause for your in-breath. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. And exhale, take it back, down dog. Great. Coming back to the right leg, let's inhale the right leg sky high. Exhale, knee into nose, pause, and then step to the right hand. Coming into our crescent lunge, back knee dips down a bit. Let's rise up. Shoulders draw away from ears. Nice open fingers, open heart and chest. So we'll hold this one for a few breaths. So for crescent lunge here, we've got that back heel up, so it's a little different than a warrior one position. Feel the opening in the hip flexor there. One more big breath. And we'll make our way into warrior 2 by dropping the back heel down and then open your arms nice and wide. I'm just going to spin around here so you get a better view. From your warrior 2, we just make sure that the front knee is over the ankle, gazing for your thumb, inhaling and exhaling. 2 breaths more. The shoulders are trying to draw from the ears. Last one. Let's flip the right hand and inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale to extended side angle, pressing your forearm into the thigh and stretching the opposite arm up. You can keep reaching up, or if you want to open up through the chest and the shoulder, you turn your hand to face back, palm faces behind you, and then maybe bend your elbow and take your hand to the back of your lower back. Continue to breathe here. 2 breaths more. Last one. Good. Let's release that arm up to the sky. Inhale, come back to warrior 2. Pick up your right toes and pivot to face the long end of your mat. Coming into a goddess position, the heels draw in, toes point out, and we sit down into our squat. You can take your hands to either side, thumb and forefingers connect here. So just like we did in our chair pose, we're going to pulse these out just a little bit. Let's see if we can get 8. We've got 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, ooh, feel that, 2, and 1, and then come back to goddess. Your face is soft, it's joyful, but it's soft. What do you notice? If you're noticing your thighs, okay, but also take in the other things that are going on around you, sounds of birds, insects. Maybe you got a fan in your room, whatever it is, to help you really be in the present moment completely and just out of the thighs only. Let's release here. Inhale, toes point forward, legs straighten, arms come up. As you exhale, open arms nice and wide. Big breath in. Exhale, wide leg forward fold, and come on down. Let yourself really be so relaxed here. Bend your knees as much as is appropriate for your body. You want to make sure you don't feel any pressure in your low back. If you're someone who's very flexible, you could start to try to walk your hands under you, pulling just a bit with fingertips. We've got 3 breaths more here. 2 more. And 1. Good. So to get ready to come out, let's inhale to a half lift. Hands are just underneath your nose. Exhale here, nice and strong. We'll rise with the in-breath. Inhale, come all the way up. Arms might touch above you. Exhale, draw hands back down to heart. So from here, we're moving back to warrior 2 and then into a half moon on the right leg. So if you have a block, you want to put it over near the right foot. Open nice and wide. We'll start by reversing the warrior here. Flip your right hand, sweep back. As you exhale, make your way towards that extended side angle, but look towards your front foot. And then launch your way up. Press off the back. So you could take your hand directly in line with the right foot. It's a little easier to bring it slightly behind it, so you have a wider base. Your gaze can come towards the ground, which is definitely easier. But if you feel really steady here, you could try to look forward or even up towards the front hand, or the top hand rather. Take your final breath or 2. 1 more. Slow ride back to warrior 2. Ooh, I made it. And we'll flow through vinyasa. So flip your front hand, inhale, reverse warrior. Exhale, cartwheel your way down. We'll inhale, sweep your leg all the way up. Exhale, bend, open the hip. Inhale, back to the sky. Exhale, down dog. Staying in down dog, or inhale, look forward, knees bend. Exhale, let's kind of wave and roll to plank this time, engaging low belly. Pause on the in-breath. Stay here or tap knees for 4, 3, 2, and 1. Pause. Knees up or down, chaturanga on the exhale, lower down. Inhale, up dog. Really get those shoulders down from ears. And exhale, up and back, downward facing dog. Breathe, head is nice and heavy. And we'll come to the other side now. So let's inhale the left leg all the way up to the sky. Exhale, knee into the nose and pause. 1 more that way. Inhale, take it all the way up. Exhale, knee into the nose, pause. And then step to the left hand, crescent lunge. Dip the back knee maybe a little to help you draw up through the front spine so the abdominal muscles lift you up rather than the lower back. And then express yourself. Let yourself be wide open. Pressing the feet energetically down, drawing Earth's energy through your body like a conduit of all that gorgeous Earth energy. Let it rise up to the sky. Few more breaths. Remember not to crunch your ears And you'll drop your heel down and open your way up. Warrior two position. Here we are in our warrior two. We hold here for several breaths as well. Long, slow, even breaths. Your heart might be beating fast. Help yourself slow down with breath. The breath is a wonderful tool you can use any time when you need to calm yourself down in the moment. Just taking some nice, long, easy breaths here. Let's flip the left hand now. Inhale, reverse your warrior. And exhale to extended side angle. Pop back a bit. There's my Instagram, folks. I'd move back a bit there. Sweep up with that top hand and reach for the sky again, or turn your hand to face back, bend the elbow, and take it to your low back. Long, slow, even breaths. Last few. One more to go. If your hand's behind you, release it to the sky. Inhale, all the way up and back here. And exhale, warrior two. Let's come back to goddess now. Facing long end of mat. Toes point out. Slide down. Hands come back to where they were, holding on to thumb and index finger here. And on this side, we're going to play with lifting the heels a little bit. So we'll lift the right and drop it down. And then lift the left and drop it down. Right and left and right and left. And one more round on each side. And then we will hold our goddess. Either keeping both heels down or maybe trying to lift both. And if you're like me, all of these little stabilizer muscles you didn't even know you had are starting to fire up and wiggle. So my feet are wiggling a little bit. I even feel a twinge in the inner thighs. If you want, you can pulse it gently, just like we did before. For 4, 3, 2, you've got this. And 1, beautiful. Heels drop if they were still lifted. Let's inhale, sweep the arms up, legs straight, and palms touch. Exhale, hands circle out and around, interlace them at the low back. Wiggle one shoulder down and then the other. Press the knuckles down, lift the chest, take a big sip of air. And exhale, fold, soften the knees, hinge forward. Wide leg forward fold with the hands interlaced here. Allow your head to be as heavy as it is. Keeping the hands as is here, really actively stretching through the arms so your arms are feeling really long and active here rather than just hanging. Head is hanging, feet are strong. If it's not comfortable to keep your arms this way, then you can release them to the floor or someplace else. Last few breaths here. Final one. Good. Let's inhale, rise up. Hands still interlaced if possible. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, we'll release the hands. Coming back to warrior two. Now on the left side, eventually moving to half moon, so we have our block ready if we need it. Get yourself in the moment, energized through the core. Let's flip the left hand, inhale, sweep back. Exhale, take that pause in your extended side angle, looking for the front foot. Find your block if you're using it. Off the back foot, you can take a few hops there or one big press. And then you want to really squeeze your glute, press through the back heel. Gaze down to the ground is a lot easier. You gaze where you like. Well, I moved from my Instagram feed, now I'm all wiggly waggly. Take another breath. See if we can hold for another. And if you need to come down earlier, we're coming to warrior two, so you do what you got to do there. We'll all come out now if you're still up in your half moon, so drop the back foot slowly down, front knee bends, and open your arms wide. Feel how amazing you are in this moment. Good, flip the front palm, inhale, take it up and back, exhale, we'll cartwheel down to the earth. Inhale, stretch that leg up to the sky. Exhale, maybe bend knee, open hip. Inhale, take it back up to the sky. Exhale, downward facing dog. Let's take a quick pause in child's. Either take your knees together or spread them wide and sit your hips back. Take a moment to take a break. Also a good time to grab a little drink. Long, slow, even breaths here. If you're outside, there's a gentle breeze here kissing my skin. I wonder if you have the same one there. We'll take another 2 breaths here. Last breath in either child's down dog if you decided to come up there instead. Last one. We've got one final standing pose to do before we bring it down to the ground for good. So if you are in your child's pose, let's come back up to hands and knees. And we'll pick the knees up, down dog. Journeying to the front of the mat, inhale, bend your knees, feel your lower belly engage strongly. And exhale, walk or a little hop towards the front of your mat. Inhaling halfway and exhaling, folding down. Inhale, rise all the way up, palms will touch and meet above you. Exhale, hands to heart center. So our final standing pose today is dancer pose. You can start with your feet directly under the hips, or if you're somebody who prefers the way it feels to zip them up together, go ahead and do that if that's your preference. We'll begin by balancing on the right leg. So we'll inhale the up all the way here. Keep your right hand up, left hand comes down, reach back, and grab your ankle, either an inside grip or an outside grip. Maybe you grab the foot. Inhale, lengthen up, and then exhale, begin to kick and reach. And from the side, you want to see a side view here. If I can get back into it. I've got my side view, my student's front view. Last breath, continue to hold and breathe. And then as you're ready, very slowly release your dancer pose. We'll get ready for the other side, so stand up nice and tall here. We'll inhale, sweep the arms all the way up overhead. And keeping the left hand up now, we'll take the right hand down. Pick up your back foot, inside or outside grip. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, kick and reach. Holding, breathing. Loving and forgiving yourself if you're falling over. It's just practice. Really need a little more. Continue to breathe long and slow. You guys look amazing. One last breath here in your dancer pose. And gently release. We'll find some empty coat sleeves, legs, arms, comfortably apart as you wish. Let your eyes close, just shake off whatever you still need to shake off, anything that you haven't already released. Let's get rid of it. Gentle twisting motion in the spine. Good. Arms will slow and eventually stop. And make your way back up to the top of the mat as we take our final flow to get to the ground. We'll inhale, arms sweep, gaze lifts. Exhale, hinge all the way down. Inhale, big half lift. Exhale, plant your hands. You're going to step back to plank. Before we come to the ground, let's hit our side plank. Drop both heels over to the left side. Peel your right arm open. Try not to get the hips up too high or too low. Find that long, strong position. Could always take the bottom knee down. for modification. Last few breaths here. Awesome job. Take the hand down, come to the middle, and then drop heels to the other side. Pick up the left hand. Press actively into the hand that's on the floor. Another nice option is to take this with the forearm down, so you're welcome to do that if this is too much on your wrist. If you have a little bit of a wrist thing going on, see if engaging more into your fingertips helps release some of that pressure. And we'll make our way back to center plank, hand down, roll onto the toes. And our final knee taps, here we go, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Nice. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, knees lower down, and you come all the way down. Beautiful. So let yourself rest here on your belly. You can take your hands under your forehead or fold your arms, bend your knees. Let's take a moment to slowly sway the feet side to side. We'll come into a couple of back strengtheners here. These are so great, not only to strengthen the back chain of the body, but to undo some of the postures that we come to during the day on the computer, texting, driving. So we'll take our forehead or chin to the ground. Your feet are hips width apart. We'll reach your arms back. I like to use my toes to kind of lengthen my legs a little bit out of the hips more. And we'll come up into our airplane version of locust. Inhale, let's lift up the heart, the legs, the fingers. Breathe. Long and slow. A few more here. Nice happy toes energized through the feet. One more breath. And exhale, take it down. This time we'll let our head face in one direction to stretch the neck out gently. You can, again, if you'd like to, bend your knees and sway the feet, or just keep them nice and still. We'll come into one more here. If you have a bow in your practice, you can give it a try. Otherwise, second set of airplane locust. If you're going for bow, bend your knees, reach back for ankles or feet. Take an in-breath, and on the exhale, we kick to the hands, and we lift our way up. Chest lifts, thighs might lift, soul lifts, right? Try to keep your knees roughly hips width apart, not letting them splay out too wide. If you're feeling crunching in the lower back, let yourself come down. Last breath here. Final breath before we release. You might come up slightly higher if there's any higher to go on your in-breath. Exhale, slowly come down. Face your head the opposite direction to stretch the neck. And again, maybe a little bit of this windshield wipering of the feet starts to happen. Good. All right, making our way into our half pigeon. Let's take our hands to the floor. Press up and back, down dog, or if you like to start from tabletop, you're welcome to. Right leg comes up to the sky as you breathe in. Now very slowly as you're ready, start to lay down over that pigeon leg. If your head can rest comfortably on the ground, let it. Otherwise, you'll fold your hands up underneath or bring a block underneath. Just letting the weight of your body start to press and release the muscles and joints a little bit more. Awareness comes inside as we intentionally breathe, belly to chest. Maybe exhaling chest down to belly. And I'd love adding a lateral stretch in with my half pigeon. So to get there, we'll lift up just enough to lift the chest, and then start to walk your hands the opposite way of your legs. So you're walking over towards the left side with the right leg forward. And really feel that stretch coming down through the right arm, all the way from your pinky finger, down the arm, through the ribs, and deeper into the right hip. A few breaths. Taking your final one. We'll walk our hands back towards the front of the mat here, and then walk them to your hips. As you inhale, tuck your chin, unfurl the chest. Proud pigeon here, puff it up. Curl the back toes, lift your knee. We'll take the right leg up and back, 3-leg dog. Maybe you bend and shake it just like we did in the beginning. And eventually it drops to downward dog. Take a moment here. And when your body's ready for the other side, we'll take the left leg sky high. Exhale, knee into the nose, pause, and slide it towards the earth. The back legs towards the center of your mat, center of the quads, trying to get down towards the floor there, or the mat, or wherever you are. And then fold down slowly from the belly first. And if your head doesn't reach the ground, that's perfectly fine. You want to make sure you're not feeling any pressure in the low spine. Let yourself be. Notice where you can soften. Maybe it's your shoulders. Maybe it's the muscles of your face. As you take some long, slow, soothing, nourishing breaths, just doing a quick body scan for any places of tension. And just letting it go. One more breath here in our center half pigeon. And then we'll walk our pigeon to get our laterals stretched. So just lift your chest up a little bit and then start to walk your hands over towards the opposite side here. Right side, away from the left leg. Final 3 breaths. Last 2. Oh, the wind just picked up. It feels so lovely. Last 1. Let's walk our hands back towards the front of the mat. Peel your chest open. Unfurl. Hands are towards hips. And then as you're ready, curl the back toes. Lift your left leg up and back. 3-leg dog, maybe shaking it out however you want to be for your last 3-leg dog. And eventually back to down dog. Let's inhale, look forward, knees bend. Exhale, wave, roll plank. No worries, no more tapping the knees. Let's just take the knees down here and let's roll over onto our backs. Knees will come into the chest. Give yourself the love you deserve. A little rock side to side. Releasing any final tension, any final doubt. Whatever it is you're carrying. We'll gently stir our knees here. So take a hand onto each knee. Press them away from you. Open them. Draw them back in. Just a few times. We'll circle them the other way. There's no rush to change direction. And you can go back in the other direction at any time. And then from here we'll find our happy baby. Soles of the feet towards the sky. Grab the outer edges of your feet and begin to pull the knees down towards the side. Using just enough weight of your hands to pull. Not too much, just enough. Last few breaths. One more. Good. So we'll release the left leg long, interlace your fingers on the right shin, and begin to pull the right knee up into your shoulder. This is wind removing pose. Big squeeze there. And then we'll turn this into a twist by releasing your right hand out to the side. Left hand stays on your knee to help guide it over. So we allow the hip to lift, but we try to keep both shoulders to the ground. Breathing here. Few breaths here. One more gorgeous breath. Gently unwind as you breathe in, and then we'll switch the legs out. Press the right leg long, left knee draws in, squeeze, squeeze, squeeze it. Get as much distance in between your legs as you can, and then we'll twist to the other side, releasing the left arm. Right hand helps the knee guide over. So I like to turn my nose towards my extended arm, getting a twist up into the neck as well. If that serves you, then you do the same. But if that's too much for your neck, just let your nose point to the sky. See if you can release your shoulders further down into the earth. Very gently as you're ready, you'll unwind. Take any last hugs, squeeze, wiggles that you need. Any asana I might have skipped that you are craving in the moment for a breath or two. And then in your own time, as you're ready for your Shavasana, you will come back full circle to where we began. Legs will extend softly down the mat. Let your eyes close very, very gently. Hands land to a natural distance away from the body, and palms face out. Allowing your fingers to find a natural curl here, and just breathe. The physical, the emotional, the mental benefits are all being absorbed by the various systems in the body. Feel the heaviness of the body drawing into the earth. Shavasana is the most important posture that we can practice. It's more than a posture. This is something that you can do every single day, and I would recommend taking at least 5 minutes to just stay and breathe and feel where you really are in that moment. Slowing down the mind, slowing down the body. One of my very first teachers told me that the reason for such a vigorous asana practice for him was so that when he arrived in his Shavasana, he was just done. Fully ready to let go. We'll be here for just a few more moments. No rush, no agenda. about 2 more breaths here. And 1 final breath. We will gently start to wake ourselves up here. If you prefer to stay laying down for the remainder of class and for your final Om, then just stay as you are reclined, but still make some very tiny movements, maybe just wagging your head side to side, or wiggling your fingers or toes, whatever it is for you. I love a big full body stretch, so I generally take my arms up and back and really reach, point through the toes, stretching the rib cage. If you are making your way to seated, you'll eventually take the knees in, give yourself one last big hug, rocking forward and back or side to side. And then as you're ready, you'll make your way back into your seated position. Once you have arrived there, we will take our hands to prayer at the heart, finding gratitude, finding love, finding you. And we'll close our class by uniting our voices, our souls, with a sound of Om here. We'll prepare with a single cleansing breath. Take it in through the nose. Side away. And inhale for Om. I could feel those beautiful Oms coming behind me and just filling me with joy. Let's all take our thumb knuckles to the third eye center, and to close our practice, we will bow and say the word namaste. On the count of 3, 1, 2, and 3, namaste. Thank you all so much for joining me this morning. I hope you had a great practice, and I hope to see you all again real soon. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.